Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
Young and the Restless spoilers, full breaking news. Welcome back to our channel, my fellow Y&R addicts. Today is just one of those days where I need to sit down, grab a massive cup of coffee, and just vent with all of you because the drama in Genoa City is absolutely off the charts. I cannot believe what they are doing to Sally Spectre right now. I mean, I am sitting here, staring at my screen late at night, typing furiously because I just need to get this out of my system. We have to talk about this pregnancy storyline. We have to. Because honestly, I am half celebrating and half dreading every single second of it. So, Sally took a second pregnancy test, and it is officially confirmed. She is pregnant. And according to the narrative we've been fed, she is supposedly carrying Billy Abbott's child. First of all, why do soap characters always need a second test? Like, the first one wasn't enough trauma. We had to go through the agonizing wait for a second one. But let's look at Sally's face when that second test came back positive. The sheer terror in her eyes. It wasn't joy. It wasn't that glowing, beautiful, I'm going to be a mom moment that you expect. It was pure, unadulterated panic. And honestly, I get it. I completely and totally get it. If you've been watching as long as I have, you know exactly why she looks like she just saw a ghost. Let's rewind 3 years. 3 years ago, we watched one of the most heartbreaking, gut-wrenching storylines this show has done in a long time. Sally was pregnant with Adam's baby, little Ava. I am literally getting teary-eyed just typing her name because we all remember how that ended. The emergency surgery, the premature labor, the horrific, impossible choice Adam was forced to make between saving Sally's life or saving their baby. And the devastating, soul-crushing loss of Ava. That didn't just break Sally, it broke all of us watching. It was a trauma so deep that I don't think Sally has ever truly recovered from it. She has carried that grief, that heavy, suffocating guilt, every single day since. She blamed herself. She blamed her body for failing her child. She blamed Adam for making the choice he made, even though he was put in an impossible situation. It was an absolute emotional mess, so now here we are. A new baby, a new chance, a new member of the Spectra and Abbott family is supposedly on the way. But instead of jumping for joy, Sally is paralyzed by fear. And how can she not be? The memories of Ava are rushing back like a tidal wave. The fear of history repeating itself is eating her alive. Every time she touches her stomach, you can see the ghost of her past trauma haunting her. Will her body fail again? Will tragedy strike again? Will she have to plan another funeral instead of a baby shower? I am so stressed for her. I just want to reach through the screen and give her a hug. She is carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, and the psychological toll of this pregnancy is already pushing her to the brink. And then there is Billy Abbott. Oh, Billy, let's talk about Billy for a second. I know a lot of people in the fandom are absolutely livid that Billy is involved in this. I see the forums. I read the group chats. People are screaming. Anyone but Billy. And I kinda get it. I really do. Billy has a track record of being reckless, unpredictable, and entirely self-destructive. The Billy Abbott cycle is a real thing. He gets stable, he gets bored, he blows up his life, he gambles, he cheats, he spirals, and then he begs for forgiveness. So Sally's fear isn't just about her body failing. It's about Billy failing. What if he abandons her? What if his reckless behavior puts her and the baby in danger? What if he just decides one day that playing house is too boring and goes back to his chaotic ways? Sally knows his history. We all know his history. But, and this is a big but, I have to give credit where credit is due. The emotional conversation they just had, it broke me. It actually broke me. Sally finally broke down and confessed all her terrifying, dark thoughts to him. She laid it all out. The fear of losing this baby just like she lost Ava. The fear that she isn't strong enough to survive another loss. And Billy actually stepped up. He didn't run. He didn't make a joke to deflect the tension. He promised to be by her side no matter what. He looked her in the eyes and made a vow that they would get through this together. And why did it work? Because Billy knows. He knows the unimaginable pain of losing a child. We cannot talk about Billy Abbott without talking about Delia. The loss of Delia fundamentally shattered Billy's soul. It changed the trajectory of his entire life. The guilt he carries over leaving her in that car, the grief of losing his little girl, it's a wound that will never, ever heal. So when Sally looks at him with tears in her eyes, terrified of losing her baby, Billy isn't just offering empty platitudes. He is speaking from the darkest depths of his own heart. He knows what that grief tastes like. He knows how it destroys you from the inside out. So when he says he understands her anxiety and her pain, he genuinely does. That shared trauma, that mutual understanding of child loss, it creates this incredibly deep, tragic bond between them. I know some people are hating this pairing, but personally, I felt that scene in my bones. If Billy can stay on the straight and narrow, he could be an amazing father to this new baby. The love and support he's showing might actually be the exact medicine Sally needs to quiet her fears and allow herself to feel the excitement of motherhood. Wait. I am getting way ahead of myself here. I am sitting here getting all emotional about Billy and Sally bonding over their shared trauma, wishing them the best, hoping for a miracle baby, and I am completely ignoring the massive, glaring elephant in the room. I am getting too caught up in the romance of it all and forgetting what show I am watching. Let's be real. This is The Young and the Restless. They don't just give us happy, peaceful pregnancies. There is always a catch. There is always a twist that ruins everything. And the catch here is a ticking time bomb of absolute destruction. Because we all know that the truth is rarely what it seems in Genoa City. I am talking about the lies, the secrets, and the one person who absolutely cannot mind her own business, Victoria Newman. Oh my gosh, can we please talk about Victoria for a minute? I am so sick of her. She has always wanted to keep Billy for herself, or at the very least, she wants to control who he is with. She cannot stand to see Billy happy with anyone else, especially someone like Sally Spectra. Victoria looks down on Sally. She always has. She treats Sally like trash on her shoe. And now Victoria is on the warpath. She is teaming up with Audra Charles because of course she is. Audra is the absolute queen of digging up dirty secrets to completely destroy Sally's life. And what did they find? The secret, the ultimate, devastating secret, the baby? Isn't Billy's. I literally screamed at my television. All these beautiful, emotional conversations between Sally and Billy about raising this child together. All this bonding over Delia and Ava. And it's built on a lie. Sally has been lying. Or maybe she was lying to herself, hoping and praying it was Billy's so she wouldn't have to face the alternative. But the truth always comes out. It always does. And the way it came out, brutal, absolutely brutal. Victoria confronting Sally, throwing the truth in her face, and then the slap. Victoria actually slapped Sally. I mean, the sheer audacity of Victoria Newman putting her hands on a pregnant woman. I don't care what Sally did. You do not slap a pregnant woman who is already terrified of losing her child. Sally standing there, holding her face, sobbing uncontrollably. The guilt, the shame, the terror, it was all pouring out of her. It was so hard to watch. I was furious at Victoria, but I was also furious at Sally for putting herself in this position. And then Billy witnessing the whole thing. The look of absolute fury and heartbreak on Billy's face. You could see his heart breaking into a million pieces all over again. He was ready to be a father. He was ready to protect this child. He had just poured his heart out to her, promising to be her rock. And to find out that Sally lied to him. That he's not the father. It's going to destroy him. It's going to push him right back into that self-destructive cycle we all hate. I can already see him heading straight for the nearest bar. Which begs the million-dollar question. If Billy isn't the father, who is? Is it Adam? Oh my God, if it's Adam's baby, the parallels to Ava are going to be off the charts. It would explain why Sally was so desperate to hide the truth. If it's Adam's, the trauma of losing Ava with him is probably what drove her to lie. She couldn't face the idea of going through another pregnancy with Adam. The memories of the hospital, the emergency surgery, the loss, it would be too much, so she clung to Billy as her safe harbor. She used Billy as a shield against her own trauma. But in doing so, she created a massive tsunami that is about to wipe out everyone. I am just so frustrated. Why can't the writers just let Sally be happy? Why does she always have to be the architect of her own destruction? I know it's a soap opera. I know we need drama, but hasn't this woman suffered enough? Losing Ava was the darkest thing I've ever watched on this show. And now she has to deal with the stress of Victoria Newman physically assaulting her and exposing her deepest, darkest secret in front of the men she was leaning on. If this stress, this slap from Victoria, this massive fallout with Billy causes Sally to lose this baby too, I swear I am going to riot. I will write letters to CBS. I will boycott. Y&R cannot put Sally through another tragic miscarriage or stillbirth. They just can't. It's too cruel. The fans won't stand for it. We want to see Sally become a mother. We want to see her heal from the trauma of losing Ava. Even if the baby isn't Billy's, even if she has to co-parent with Adam again, just let her have a healthy baby. So what happens now? Billy is furious. Victoria is smug and victorious, standing there like she's the moral authority of Genoa City when we all know her closet is absolutely overflowing with skeletons. Seriously, Victoria acting like she's a saint is the most hypocritical thing on television. And Sally is left crying, holding her cheek, her entire world collapsing around her. Is Billy going to walk away completely? Will he say just to make sure she has a healthy pregnancy, even if he hates her right now? Or will he spiral and do something incredibly stupid? And if the baby is Adam's, how is Chelsea going to react? Adam is already dealing with his whole dark spider persona from Vegas, and now he might have another kid on the way. It's a mess. A glorious, stressful, heartbreaking mess. I am so emotionally invested in this that I can't even sleep. I need to know what you guys think. Am I the only one who is furious at Victoria? Am I the only one who feels sick over Sally's lie but also desperately wants her to just have a healthy baby? Do you think Billy will ever forgive her? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I need to know I'm not alone in this emotional breakdown. Until next time, stay restless, my friends.